Hey, welcome to the Bob and Tam Show tonight. We are over here at Hooligans, over here by Destination Daytona, close to the RV park. Their internet's working, so we're kind of hanging out here. Probably won't be too long on live tonight, just for the fact that it may get really busy in here, it may get too loud, and they may need a table. So we'll see how it all goes, and we've got some news to talk about. We kind of drove around today. We also went over to Cacklebery, kind of checked it out, what's going on, what the mud looks like. We found a little bit more out about Peanut and George's. We also stopped by Willie's for Tropical Tattoo. Talked to him a little bit today and about the bike show and everything that's going on. We found out tomorrow we got to set up the tent for the event for Sunday at the Beaver Bar. So that's one of the first things to let everybody know. We'll be there bright and early, probably before 8 o'clock. We'll arrive, do breakfast. So that's going to be a chance for everybody to do a meet and greet, things like that if you're here in town already, a week before the rally starts. Not quite a week, because actually today would be a week. It's supposed to start next Saturday. No, next Friday. Actually, here at Destination Daytona, your JP Cycles should all be up and running next Friday. Saturday is kind of when everybody else gets going. We're trying to check downtown to see what they're supposed to do down in Daytona on Main Street, if it's going to be officially can start on Friday or Saturday. Tents are going up down there. Talk a little bit about that. What you got?
I think that's Shauna. Thompson Family Chaos. They said they'll see us in Myrtle Beach, so they'll be there. Greg's on from Michigan. XAM Bikers on from close to Carbondale, Illinois. I can't remember the exact town. They're leaving. Greg's leaving next Wednesday to get a head start. There you go. The weather's been pretty good. It started raining probably around 5 o'clock here, 5:30. We got here at 5, and then saw some people come in. They were soaking wet. So anyway, that's Jeff said hi. I said hi to you earlier. How you doing?
I know my Bob and Tam thing coming up.
Oh, did you put it on there?
Yeah, they could put it on all of them.
I don't know. Sorry, Tara's on. She said they took to Daytona on Wednesday with Danny. There you go. So, and Lori, can't wait to see you guys. It'll be nice to see you guys again too. So I think you guys come from Georgia, I think. I get confused. I always want to say Alabama because I know the first time we met you, you guys ran over and got a bike from Alabama and came back. So, but I think you're from Georgia. If I'm not mistaken, Randy's on. How you doing, Randy? And Gerald S is on. How you?
So how's the sound? I kind of listened a little bit on my phone. It's kind of breaking up. It's on the website. So let us know how the sound's going. And, if we're having any issues.
Look and see if there's any digital breakdown.
Yeah, I don't see nothing on. I'm actually looking at the Facebook page. So we'll see how this all goes tonight. Like I say, this is kind of a last minute thing. I didn't have a video for today. We're kind of pushing some things back. I got a video for tomorrow morning. It'll be out bright and early, depending on where you're at. And then like 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and I think over here on the East Coast, it comes out about 11. We have our live will be on Sunday. We haven't figured out where we're going to do that yet, but we'll do our normal live on Sunday. Monday, we have the police chief from Ormond Beach and his lieutenant come on, and we're going to talk about marijuana. We're going to talk about guns. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. We're going to talk about how much tickets cost you. Talk a little bit about last year. We already had 2 fatalities here, which is going to change the A1. The A1A is going to totally change, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, what that's going to do. But you'll hear a little more from them on Monday's video. It's about a 30 to 45-minute video. And so we went down and took some shots today to show you what they've done to the A1A and go from there. So we've been out to Cacklebery. We kind of looked around down there, went over to the Cabbage Patch. We kind of looked around over there. We're going to talk about that a little bit because we're not going to show any videos on that yet because by the time we put it out on Tuesday, everything's going to be totally different. So your videos,
set up and ready to go.
So your videos that you're going to start seeing on Tuesday and Wednesday next week will be videos that we took next week. Her parts are all in. We get to go pick those up tomorrow. So that'll be exciting. We'll show you.
All the ones we ordered so far.
So we might go and do a live tomorrow and show that. and give you an idea of what she got and picked up. It all came in. It was supposed to kind of scatter over the weekend, and we could have had all the stuff by noon. And I looked at my email and I'm like, holy crap, this stuff's we're over here. And I just wasn't going to run over there. We'll just wait till tomorrow morning. We'll pick them all up. We'll film all that. Maybe we'll do a live with it all. I don't know which way we'll go yet. Because the idea is you wouldn't see that till later next week either. So
what we're doing after we do Daytona, we're kind of mess around here a little bit. Then we're pretty sure we're going to Spring Fling in Arkansas, Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Then we'll come back. We'll do Leesburg, Panama City, and Myrtle Beach. Then we'll go back. We're going to spend a couple weeks with our daughter in Kansas. Then we'll go up to Sturgis right after that. So we'll be in Sturgis on June 10th. So that's the other rallies we're doing this year. Oh, and then after that, we'll probably do
Pikes Blues and Barbecue and Ocean City, probably. Those two are kind of tentative on the books, and that's the plan.
Not probably going up to Laconia.
No. Sure, we're reevaluating everything for the next year. We want to do some rides and take a lot of you out on some of the rides that we've got experience on. We're looking like a West Coast ride next year in May. A couple other things. We're actually now discussing with a sponsor about flying in here on these rallies here next year. That way we're not spending so much time. We spent about a month and a half down here. I could be back home in the shop working on the chopper or fixing her bike all up, or we could have another bike that we're looking at. So more on that later on. So kind of what's going on. We'll start off with Peanut and George's. We found out after talking to about 6 or 7 different people about Peanut and George's.
I could call her and just.
I mean, if this is what I'm pretty sure now, I've gotten about 3 people tell me the same story, so I'm kind of going to go with this. Typically, down on Main Street, other than Memorial Day, Labor Day, Biketoberfest, Bike Week, it's dead down there. There's nobody coming in there.
On Main Street.
Yeah. So what ended up happening is she's been having a couple days a week at Peanut and George's that they had motorcycle clubs come in. A couple of them were 1%ers, things like that. Never caused any problem. They went down there, drank, had a good time because there's nobody down there. And so that was kind of the way it was. No issues, whatever. Well, the city has been giving them a hard time, saying we don't want these kind of people in town. Get rid of them. You're not supposed to be catering to them. All this kind of stuff. So her daughter did die in November on her birthday, which is sad. And so what pretty much happened was they just decided their lease was going to run up this year, first of the year, and they just said, it just isn't worth it. We're not making any money here, and if we get rid of the motorcycle clubs coming in, we're never going to survive. So we're just going to give it up. So there you go. There's a story of why Peanut and George's isn't there. Once again, it's Daytona is running businesses out of town, which is sad. But I hear that when we talk to businesses in Daytona, they say it all the time that the police just hound everybody about stuff. Not the police, but I mean the city. So there's a story on that. Pizza place supposed to be going in there. They should be open here in about a week. So they're probably going to open as soon as they open up next week, we'll let you know. And kind of go in there and get a quick look about what they've got going on inside there. Other than that, there's really not any place to eat breakfast anymore on Main Street anywhere. Nobody serves breakfast unless something's going to happen. We ate the other night with One Sexy Biker Chick and Nessa all the way down by the bridge. There's a place down there now that's been open. It's been open about a year.
Yeah.
It was all right food. It wasn't anything I was going to write home for. I don't know what it cost us. I guess we split a hamburger.
Oh, yeah. It was, I think the hamburger was pretty good, and they had fresh fries.
But they were in a little basket, and they didn't give you very many. But it was okay. It wasn't gonna, but I mean, I don't think they serve breakfast down there. The only other place really serving food. Now there is a new place that's where we showed you the other day. If you've been watching the videos on Main Street, there was a Caribbean restaurant there that was all boarded up. They opened up last year. Didn't make it more than a year. Today when we walked by there ahead of live, if you go back and look at Facebook, you'll see it, that it's totally gutted and they're in there doing electrical. So I don't know what's going in there. If it's going to be a restaurant, I don't know what it's going to be. Food's tough to make money on.
Yeah, I would never run a restaurant.
So we'll have to see what it ends up there. But right now, there is nothing anywhere near Main Street to get a breakfast at. You'll have to find something else. You go down the street the other way. I think there's Denny's down the road there and IHOP. A couple other restaurants that serve breakfast along there, but nothing within walking distance that I know of. Now, some of the hotels might have something going on, have a small restaurant, but we don't really go to any of the hotels to eat food. So if you know that, let everybody know. We can talk about it on the show, or if somebody's on here now, we'll be happy to broadcast it. But I mean, if it's a continental breakfast or something the hotel offers, don't let everybody know about that. Guess you could. Hey, I'm here for the free breakfast.
Well, Emory and Ron actually went out to where we live in Arizona while we were right after we left and did kind of another little run like they did last year. And he just got back home. So now he's home and back at work.
I drink a lot of tea. You're live now. You get the entertainment.
About 6 teas in just here. That was all day. I said about 6. It's 5 or 6. It's pretty darn close. Same thing. I never run a restaurant. It's the hard way. I know. Well, you just think you have to guesstimate of how much people are going to eat, and then you're going to, if you don't sell it all, then you got to throw all that away, and that's waste. And then if you don't have enough, people are going to get ticked off because they want to come in and eat, and you don't have it, you're out of it. Because we did that when we went to the Rose Villa today. We've been saving that for our lunch, and we went there, and lady comes up and the first thing out of her mouth is the only reason Bob went there was for the fried chicken. She says, "Oh, well, let me tell you what we're out of today." The first words out of her mouth was the fried chicken. And she says, "But he only likes on the bone chicken. He doesn't really like chicken breasts and stuff like that." So she said, "I can fix you, chicken breasts and deep fry it, blah, blah." I was like, "Nope, nope." And I thought we were going to get up and leave. And she's like, "Well, let me check and see what we have left." So she came back, and you only get 2 pieces with a lunch special anyway. So she's like, "I can do a wing and a thigh." And he's like, "That'll work." So he got his fried chicken, and we didn't have to get up and walk out of the place. But it was well worth the wait. But the reason it's so cheap at lunch is because I don't get a whole lot of food with it. So that was our lunch story for the day. Peter's on. Try the cracked egg in Daytona Beach Shores. Best place around. A few people told us, I don't know if that was it, the cracked egg. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So is that on the A1A Cedar? 3 omelets. He doesn't even eat eggs either. Whitey says, "Hey, Tam, how's it going?"
If you're anywhere around here, there's a girl over here running around in a nightie. She's over in that little room over there.
I know.
I see her bouncing around. She's really bouncing. Yeah, I drift. Trying to squeeze in because we're trying to turn the mic this way so you don't hear all the noises in the back.
I don't know why I scooted over. I guess I told them our lunch story about we thought you almost wasn't going to get your fried chicken at the place we stopped to get fried chicken specifically for.
Won't go back for lunch. We'll definitely go back for dinner.
Yeah.
Lunch with a snack.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot.
About the size of a pigeon.
Yeah, and then they only gave him, I swear, if it was 10 French fries, that was a lot. And so the girl came up and says, "You guys doing okay? Is everything all right?" And I said, "Well," I said, "Can we get an extra order of fries?" I said, "There's not many fries." I said, "Oh, let me get you some more."
A whole giant plate.
Yeah, so she brought back, well, it was after he was already done eating, but then he ate all of them. Those French fries also.
Yeah.
On our diet, girl.
It didn't know breakfast. Oh, we had donuts this morning.
Getting down soon. Torta's on his way down, or her way down. Effing says, "Show us the pub." Dan Dazu from Japan is on. Hey, welcome from Japan. How are you?
So we'll talk a little bit more. We went over to Cacklebery yesterday. Drove around. Not too bad. What they're doing right now is there's a big sign when you first come in: "Do not drive on the grass. Do not drive on the grass." So they did have the 500 there, and they had the rain. I don't see too much mud most places. Now there is some ruts on the side. Now I don't know before, which somebody's down there, which I don't know if they're going to be on tonight or not. That's one of our subscribers that's actually down there right now, staying at Cacklebery. But when you go around that back side, if you come through the gate, the far gate closest to International Speedway, if you come in that first gate, that's the way they're having you come in right now. I don't know if that's the way. Yeah, I guess that is the way they normally have us come in. So coming that way, you go around that back corner, there's a whole bunch of trailers that have like a bunch of rooms in them. So they almost look like horse trailers set up to where they're like little rooms. We seen them when we were in Panama City. They had some of that. I thought they were bathrooms at first, but they were actually like 1-bedroom things in this trailer. And then they have one shower or bathroom in the whole unit. There's like 5 or 6. So I don't know if they're always there. First I thought it was bad. It's muddy all around that. There's a lot of mud right there. When we went all the way around the backside and came around, they were back there mowing grass, so it wasn't too muddy back there where it usually gets really muddy. But on the other side, closest to that other road that runs,
I think that's the 40.
I'm not sure what it is, but
that's the road that goes out to the
there
lake.
is water sitting there. I didn't
Standing
catch
water.
it. I didn't catch it. She's seen it. I turned around. I didn't get it on the camera. We're not going to put that video out and show you because by the time we get it out, it'll be too late. But it doesn't look bad. We went over. We didn't go over to Cabbage Patch. Their campground is actually on the other side of the road. We didn't drive back in over there and see what's there. But I mean, if you ain't got a tent or a van, you ain't going to get much of a trailer back there. Somebody was trying to say that was a campground back there, and it's like, yeah, if you got a little bitty trailer, something like mine, I wouldn't even want to begin to take it back there, unless you got that first spot. So that's kind of where that is. Somebody else asked today about going out the fast lane. We're going to go out there next week. Once he starts building the bike, we usually go out there with the drone and shoot some shots and stuff like that on it. The Badgers and a bunch of them are going to be doing a meet and greet out there. At this moment, we're not going to probably be involved with that, just for the fact that I don't know if they're looking to spend all day out there on Friday. We would like to go out there to shoot the burning bike, but I don't know what else is going on Friday. Right now, there's going to be a dozen YouTubers out there, so I don't know. So there's no guarantee that we'll be out there during the burning bike. I'll know more as the week goes on. Right now, we're just kind of looking at next week. We got a ride. We're going to do them Monday. There's a guy, one of you sent me some information on a ride. We're not going to talk about it yet because I want somebody else to beat us to it. That should come out Tuesday. The ride we're going to do, our first ride on the bike. We haven't really been out on the bikes. I charged our battery up yesterday, got it all charged up so we can get ready to do some of that. We don't have any plates for that yet. They sent the title to our house.
The Arizona house.
Luckily, I caught it. It's in the process of being changed. If all went right, they were supposed to get it in the Buffalo chip for us on Monday. So by Tuesday, we could have had the plates and everything, and they would have been down here. They would have brought them down during bike week. We would get them sometime during bike week. So that's still possible, but right now I don't. They're in the process. I got a notification saying that the address has been changed, but it's in, I don't know what state it's in. No, that's where they shipped it from. I was the other way around. It goes backwards. Instead of telling you the bottom would be where it's at, bottom is where it started, and the top is where it's at. So I don't know. So they say a letter.
Well, the funny thing was, Miko called yesterday, and luckily I answered the phone because it wasn't an unlisted number. And they said, we've got two addresses for you. Which one do you want to ship to? And I said, the South Dakota address. That's where we're going to ship to. That's where we're going to register it. Ship it to the South Dakota address. She read me the address. She read me the lot number. And I said, yes, that's it. And she said, okay, that's where we'll send it. And I said, okay, thanks. So then he gets the email today and says, it's coming to Arizona.
Ain't nobody. You got to sign for the titles. Plus, then I'd have to overnight them again.
To get
$50 to send them.
To get them up there.
And from where we live, you can't do overnight. It takes 2 days. Is the best.
No,
they got to mail it to Vegas, and then from Vegas it goes out. So hopefully we'll get her, because I'm not going to get plates for the chopper right away. I'm going to wait. I'm going to go ahead and get the title changed over to my name. But probably when we go up to Sturgis in August, I'll probably go ahead and get my plates then. Our plates are due every year in May anyway. So if I bought them now, I'm going to pay from now to May, a couple months, and it ain't going anywhere. It's sitting at home in the garage. So
Daytona Dave says maybe Teddy Morris can give you a drive away temporary Florida plate. Yeah.
I don't know. Problem is with Teddy Morris is not a problem with him, but the problem we have no access to Teddy. So we've got to go through a GM, and the GM is overwhelmed. And wait till this rally's over. He's going to be the whole. They also have a marketing girl, very nice lady. But she's already, when we went in and started talking to her the first day and we started rattling about, I'm rattling a lot of stuff off to her. She was like, stop. You got me totally confused. And I'm like, okay, we're done.
Well, then later that day, I guess when we won those tickets to Pepe Hoyle, we were in his office and Shelly came.
I still never got in on that either. We're going to have to talk to them when we get there. I ain't never
so Shelly walked in, she's like, oh, Mama Cam. And she, and she's like, she told the marketing girl's name is Rebecca. She's Rebecca, this is Bob and Tam. That's what I've been telling you about. That's what I've been talking to you about. That's, and she's like, oh, yeah. And just like.
When we went up and talked to her originally, she was like, who are you?
What do you want?
And she's handing her a card.
She's like, right now, it's just not now. And I'm like, we're like, okay, we get it.
And then so now the GM tells us that's in charge now, says we have to deal with her because he has too much stuff on his plate.
He says he's ADD. And he said, you tell me one thing. And I'm like, yeah. and then I turn around and I've got 10 other things I'm doing.
But he's a very nice
He is
guy,
very good.
and he seems to be very willing to work with
Very
us.
good.
But she's not Shelly Rossmeyer.
No.
So,
Well, this is a new experience for all these people. And
well, not everybody. Most of the people that are there are previous staff. There's a lot of people that we know are still all working there. Two of the Rossmeyers right now are still there. Shelly's husband still works for it, and also her brother Dean. Will. He does all the maintenance for the property, so he's still working there. But most of the staff is there. They have brought in new salesmen and stuff. There's some new salespeople that are there that I've never seen before. But I mean, some of them might already be here because during Bike Week they always bring people in. Some of the same people you see at Black Hills Harley come down here and work both of them because they're experienced. They know how to sell bikes. How they're going to sell bikes, we don't know yet. There is no prices on any of the bikes. Well, they do have. They've got some electric bikes there, and they have a couple of things they've got buy now, and it's got like marked down $3,000 or $4,000. But they do have a lot of 23s, which could end up being a problem because 24s are cheaper now. Yeah, don't know that. They dropped several $1,000s. You should go to your MSRP on Harley Davidson, and you can check out the prices. And everybody right now in Florida is willing to deal if you're looking for a bike. Gator over there, I've seen some stuff come up from Gator. He's looking for, he's over in Leesburg. He's looking to deal with anybody, and they're great people too. Also, Orlando, I've seen some ads come up on my. Once you're here, Facebook starts popping stuff up. Orlando's looking to make deals. So if you're looking for a bike, but I mean, Teddy here is going to have over 500 new bikes.
Well, I think he's going to be wanting to do some wheeling and dealing to get rid of his bike.
Yeah, because I don't know what they're going to do after the rally. Because normally here, the two big sales were those two. They're trying to work the dealership to get more stuff and be bigger, have more stuff going on the weekends, and it will grow. And we're happy to help them do that. But they're gonna, we made a proposition to them to have a sponsor the two rallies that we come out to. We would do Biketoberfest, and we would also do Bike Week for next year. And they could fly us in, they got a hotel, they got bikes we can ride. We don't need a new bike, and see from that. The GM wasn't shocked. He just said, put it down in writing for me what you want, and we'll see what we can do for you. And then we're going to do the same thing with Panama City. I'm not saying they will, but I was shocked that they might be willing to get us a condo. And so we'll see what they say. And because we also have Leesburg. So Leesburg, Panama City, and Myrtle Beach are almost all back-to-back. Well, they all back-to-back. To where if they wanted to work something out, we could do it. We could do one flight in, a rental car, and places to stay, of course, in all three, and then fly out of Myrtle Beach. So we'll see what happens for next year. What we want to do is, we've got the shop now. We want to start doing veteran bikes. As soon as this is over, we got a month and a half of doing nothing. We hang around here in Florida. I don't have a lot of content. I may be going to some bike auctions. Somebody else, who was it that said? Was it Ratpink that said he could take me to an auction? Somebody wrote us when we were in, or was it Rod King? Somebody in Florida said that they could take me to the auction, and then at the last minute they decided they weren't going to go.
Oh, that
last year.
John Concrete. That was in Kissimmee. Well, he said he was going to be visited the next day because he was going to do the auction. And I said, if you can get popping, I said he'd love to go along with you. Probably not going to buy anything, but just to tag along, you can get him in.
See what things are going for.
Well, we didn't realize that he does it online. He doesn't go to the auction.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like I do on Copart and stuff like that. So it wasn't. Well, Makeup does it online too. Yeah. But I like to look at stuff before I bid on it, unless it's dirt cheap and you're just going to buy it for parts, which we may start doing that on some bikes.
You're taking it with us all the time, Jeff. You're right here.
And so what else we got to talk about today is to talk about that. Next thing is A1A. Some drastic changes have been done to A1A. This year already, 2 pedestrians have been killed on the A1A. So we're going to start off and tell you what happened first. And please going to explain this again on Monday. If you missed this out, you can watch it on the video. But basically, 2 people this year were jaywalking across the street in dark clothes at night and got hit. So the police will explain a little bit about what happened and all that. I'm not going to get into all that. But what they've done to the A1A now, from Ormond Beach all the way down through Daytona now, is dropped from 35 miles an hour down to 30. And they got the boards that flash to remind you what it is. They're especially, I'm not going to say they're going to give tickets all the time, but especially at night. The crosswalks have all been changed. They're all now, there's several crosswalks about every quarter mile or something.
Every quarter mile, there's a crosswalk.
And they've got ridges on them. They're not like you're going to bump over, but they've got little metal plates that are, I don't think if you were riding your bike, you weren't even paying attention, you wouldn't feel it. But it's not, you could go between them.
It's almost just like it's just like a little.
But they're probably spaced, I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 foot, maybe be 3 foot apart from each one. So when you're on a motorcycle, you may not even notice that they're there. But on a car, you kind of feel, what was that? Did I run over a beer can or something? That's about what it is. A little bit bigger than a beer can underneath you.
Yeah.
And flattened one, of course. And so the lights are all up. They flash, all that stuff. So make sure you see those lights come on. Make sure you stop for the crosswalks because they're going to be out looking. Because they've had two people, they've spent all this money. They just put all this, they just finished them up yesterday. They got big giant logos on the telling you're coming up to a crosswalk. They're gigantic. It's like the whole lane has got this logo of a crosswalk sign on the road. And they're fluorescent and everything else. So you're not going to be able to miss those. But when you're on the A1A, between that section, be very diligent of that. I'm suspecting there's going to be serious tickets written during
Bike week
because of the killings that the people that got killed crossing the street. So remember, it's very dangerous. One person was in the medium when they stepped out and got picked off. Other one was walking and got picked off in the middle of the lane. So,
well, did he tell you that they weren't using crosswalks? It wasn't in a well-lit area. It was at night, and they were wearing dark clothes. So,
but it was in the Ormond Beach area. So it's all within about a mile or so, 2 miles. I don't know how long that is before you hit. Because mainly when you come down Granada, turn right, that's where it all starts. From there on down. So be very cautious of the speedometers. Looks like they've all changed it. All the way down is down to 30, I think, most of the way. So just be very diligent of that. Yeah. So that's our tip for that. What else going on? 75 freaking degrees today.
It's nice.
We should have got the bike out.
Windy.
Yeah, very windy. But it was still, we sat out in front with Willie this afternoon. And it was nice. We sat out there by his sign and talked for a while. And it was nice out there. It was nice. It was. We had a breeze going through, but it wasn't cold enough that we'd be cold. We didn't have our jackets on all day.
You did it on in here a while ago. They kicked up the air, and man, boom, I was like, I can't go get my coat. But it's more people came in that probably counteracted.
And it just rained here about an hour ago. Finally, we got just barely a couple drops every now and then. Other than that, there was no rain for a while today. Got up this morning, wasn't a cloud in the sky. About noontime or so, it kind of clouded up. It looked like over by Destination Daytona, looked like maybe there was some rain over that way. It got really dark. But then when we stopped, we had to make a couple trips to meet up with Willie. He had to run back and forth a couple times. We missed him. But when we came back the last time, it was like, where'd the clouds go? They're all gone. Maybe it ain't going to rain at all. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's Florida. It could rain. People's looking already at like a 20-day forecast. You can't go off a 20. You can't even go off a 2-day forecast here. Right now, next week, it's going to be up. We're going to hit probably by Thursday or Friday next week. It's going to be about 80. So be nice. Be great riding. We're going to go out and do the Ormond Loop next week early. We're also going to go out and do this other ride out next week. So we got a couple of rides that we're going to be showing you guys. And that's what all these videos have been about, is kind of showing you what's going on in the area. Where the vendors are going to be. Harley Davidson's already been setting up for the last 3 days out in front of, actually pretty much when their Speedway was over Monday, Tuesday, they were already out there setting all the big tents up for Harley at the Speedway. Suzuki's there, Kawasaki's there. I think Indian has the rides there and the slingshots there, plus they have them at the dealership. So yeah. And if no matter what, make sure you stop by the Indian dealer during Bike Week. It is frozen on that one. It is crazy.
It's going down.
All right, so see all those people on there too?
Yeah.
So there we go. We got so a lot of stuff's going on. They're going the tents are all going up downtown, down on Main Street. They're going all up. They are working on the bars. We were at today. We did live this morning. I did one that had at Dirty Harry's. They already got their tent up. They were positioning the bars. Across the street over at Full Moon, they had the trussings all up. The tent wasn't up. A couple other tents along Main Street they were putting up while we were there. In front of where Afflictions usually is at, that's packed full of tents. Afflictions will not be downtown. They will only be at Destination Daytona. That's what we were told. So just FYI, if you're an Affliction person looking for Willie, cuts up the T-shirts and all that, you'll be down in Destination Daytona. We do not have any information yet on the dealership. We stopped down there today to see if we can get a map and a list of everybody. They do not have it done yet. They're still moving people around or whatever.
They'd be lucky if they had it the day before.
Yeah.
Well, what I didn't realize, and they said every year it's like that, the promoter that's there, I guess, parks people as they come in. So he doesn't have a final say-so of where everybody's at until everybody gets there.
I think most people are kind of in their same space. Rick Rack's got a big semi truck now, and they're going to probably move them. So they're supposed to actually show up maybe tomorrow. But right now, last weekend, we were supposed to have that, what's that called? The motorcycle thing they're doing?
The civilian rodeo.
Yeah, civilian rodeos going on. That's really cool. Wait till you see. We filmed the slowest motorcycle rider anywhere. And there ain't nobody going to be slower than this guy. This guy basically stopped for like 30 seconds and didn't move. And then moved a fraction of an inch and stood there for another 30 seconds. And it was like, oh my God. And what you see the video, it's probably going to take up 5 minutes of my video just to show you what this guy did.
How he goes. So keep watching our channel. We'll try to give you some good ideas of what to do, where to go, what's going on. I've been starting to write down in my book every day what everybody's got going on. Hard to find. I don't know.
Well, that's what I did. I found them all last year. I got them on one. I got a bunch of them already on there, but you pretty much have to go like Fastlane. They've got it on their Facebook page. They got all their flyers and stuff are up there now. But I mean, a lot of this stuff, Broken Spoke is doing a lot of work at their shop. They've done a bunch of stuff different there. They got a lot of new wood coming up. A lot of new beer stands are being built. So they're doing some touching up this year. You know, the Iron Horse last year did all their new decking and stuff. So that's kind of took it to the next level. Those two both have done quite a bit of work. Rest of the bars, Beaver Bar, some of the ones along there, I don't see them really have done anything from last year. It's gone, but I mean, they had a hurricane come through here. Yeah, Willie said his sign got destroyed this last time.
If they're waiting to get it fixed and it hasn't come in yet, or what, I don't know. But there's no big sign across the bar. Beaver Bar's there, but the
one
sign,
on the pole.
Yeah, is not up. So yes, we will be at Sons of Speed Friday. Most of the day, and then half the day Saturday noon we'll have to leave. We're going to go out to DeLand. We've never made it out to DeLand on Saturday, and that's the only day they have their bike.
So we're going to go out there. And depending on Friday, if we get everything done on Friday, we may not be there on Saturday. I don't know, but we'll see how it all goes. We got to get all of our interviews and get some of the race. But Friday, it's pretty quick. It's only a few hours long. Saturdays is pretty much all day. So we're going to get there early in the morning, and we'll stay probably close to 11 o'clock or so. We'll try to probably get out of there. Between each heat, they're going to let you go cross back and forth if you've got a pit pass. So we're mainly in the pits the whole time, other than us maybe coming and going. It's about the only time we cross the road. So if you want to meet us, you almost have to get a pit pass. And you can go on our Facebook page. There's a link there that takes you to Billy Lane. You buy tickets through him.
Billy Goodwin.
That's why I used to race motorcycles in Illinois.
So, you guys, I'm out riding the bike in Dallas. So there you go. So, that's Kenneth Copeland. How you doing, Kenneth?
I've been writing him because I was asking if he's going to any rallies this year.
I thought he might be coming to Daytona.
No, when I wrote him the other day, he said no.
No, alrighty.
So, pretty exciting. A lot of stuff's going on. She thinks everything's more cleaner now than it was last year, but I mean, I don't know. I think she's looking through Jesus' eyes and seeing the good of everything now. Not seeing. I mean, to me, it looks about the same. You know,
it just seems a little cleaner. It seems like, they've just spruced up stuff a lot. The buildings don't seem as run down. They seem like they've got a fresh coat of paint on them. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. He says no, but I think
I didn't see no buildings being painted. We've seen some cranes that they're remodeling some of the hotels inside. Like I say, if you watch the video the other day, you seen us drive by the crane. It was down by Ormond Beach Inn down there. There's one today we drove by putting drywall. There's a couple of hotels that are completely closed. Signs are gone and everything. Some of them they're remodeling, some just sitting there. So I don't know if they got too much hurricane damage and there they sit. But I mean, you get down farther, like that one hotel we looked at last year, it was kind of a dump. It still looks like a dump. when the swimming pool works away. What is that called?
The Hawaiian Inn or something
Yeah.
like
It
that.
still looks exactly the same as it did last year. And I bet you the pool's still hanging out there in the ocean. I mean, we didn't walk around and see it. Nobody asked to give hotel reviews, and we're not really.
That will be a long day. They're gonna take a ride from Daytona down to the Keys and back one day.
Good luck. Unless you're just if you're going to drive all the way down to the Keys to the end, you ain't going to make it back.
There's
That's
Julie and Jay. How you guys doing?
On a weekend, or even like that, your spring breaks going on. You're looking at
It's called the
a
Boardwalk,
couple hours each way, just on the Keys.
and that's usually that Saturday. The last Saturday of the rally is the Boardwalk.
Boardwalk, yeah.
That's what they call it, the Boardwalk, and that's where all the bikes are lined up there on the beach, right at the end of Main Street.
Lots of bike shows. Pretty much everybody's got a bike show going on, one day or the other.
The ride's not bad; it's the traffic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was thinking about that. After Daytona, not during Daytona. Maybe if we get a couple of nice days in between one of our moves, to take 2 days and just park right before you get to the Keys, take the bike and go down, and then up that one next day and then come back. This is probably our last time we're going to be out here, and I've never gotten to do the Keys. We've been to Florida 8 million times.
Have I been to the
Say,
Keys?
not
Have I been to the Keys?
Not now.
When you go down there and you find out how long it takes, I'm not going to pull the trailer all the way down
No,
there.
I
I'd be
said,
more likely to
I
go
would-
from Orlando and ride the bike from Orlando down there. And you'll see how long it takes when you ride. Look, Google that and see how many miles it is.
Well, that's what I thought. In between moves, we could take 3 days. Go drive the trailer down there. I figured before we go to Port Charlotte, because then you'll be halfway.
Where would you
And find
park
a
the trailer
place
at?
to find to park the trailer. Get there, stay all night. Get up the next morning, take the bike out, drive down the
Someplace
Keys,
that
drive back.
costs?
Yes, you'll have to pay.
It'd not be in the budget.
Tightwad.
It'll be in the budget.
About 900 miles round trip road bike.
See, she could never make that on a motorcycle.
What did I just
I know.
say?
I'm just telling you.
Joe's Crab Shack is a great place to eat. Do they have one down here?
I don't think they have one in Daytona. They have one. Don't they have one over there in Panama City? Is that Joe's Crab Shack? I
They've
think
been
there's one.
closing them up. I don't know.
We used to go there all the time. We haven't been in a while.
Joe says like we got the eye roll. So if you take the toll roads, don't go through Miami.
So I don't know. I'd like to go down there. The Camp Easy Ride always offers to go down there. They have a thing about a couple weeks before Daytona, before we ever get down here, January sometime. He has one. He invited us down there, but it's like we're not here. And trying to get into Florida in January, it's bad enough getting here in Florida in
Right, so
February.
6 hours, 42 minutes, 418 miles. Yeah, but that's with probably out stopping, without getting gas, without. He's got to stop a dozen times and pee.
You don't never have to stop and pee.
I
You always
do.
tell me I passed a few rest stops at last year, and she's like,
Well,
Why-
normally he stops
why
at
did you-
every.
"Why did you
Normally
stop?"
he stops at every single one. Every
So
single
then
one.
you have to go.
So I thought, well, there's one coming up. He'll stop. No, I'm like, the one time he passes it up, I needed to go.
But then after that, I always ask now, do you want to stop? Do you want to stop? Do you want to stop? Because
It's usually him more than me. Here lately, it used to be me all the time.
I drink a lot of tea now.
But he says,
I do.
spend that day there and then come back the next day road by. Yeah. No pee breaks, Jeff says.
I
He wouldn't
dehydrate.
survive.
Get a little funnel there like they do in New Orleans. They
I'll
make
have
this
to
thing.
catheterize
They
him
make
before
this
we
thing
leave.
you can get on. You can stick it on your thing and run down your pants leg, and then you can stand there and go in the gutter. When we first used to go to New Orleans, they had those all the time because guys were getting caught because they thought they could just go behind a business, drop their drawers, let it out, and they could pee, and it was legal. And it's like, because they said, well, anything goes down in New Orleans, right? And the cops would always say, you pee in your neighborhood at home? No. You don't come to our streets and pee because anything below the waist was you get arrested for.
Because
Man,
Dave said just put on it depends and rock and roll. That's why we have a mother home and a bathroom. It's called a pull-on catheter.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
but
You
yeah,
didn't look at into one of those when we were down to New Orleans. Because New Orleans, they won't. You have to go in and buy a beer before they let you use the bathroom.
So what we always did when we were with a bunch of people, it wasn't bad because you go in and buy like 2 drinks and everybody would use the bathroom. And then so we'd walk a little longer. Everybody kind of staggered their beers where you always had something you could use the bathroom. But see, there you're not, unless you're drinking beer. They don't have a lot of tea and stuff down there like that. So I'm not drinking as much usually when we used to go to New Orleans.
5-minute break in the meeting, Neil Scott.
Oh, there you go. He's managing the fish.
Yeah.
So they need a manager to keep them in line.
Those salmon are trying to swim upstream.
They're trying to downstream. They're swimming. Instead of going up. No, he's trying to manage them so they go upstream instead of going downstream. It's over there at the fish hatchery. So, yeah, but overall, it feels like it's going to be a good bike week. But, I mean, right now, everybody's got stuff available. Even Fastlane today wrote and said they still got some spots available. No full hookups, but they have spots available. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be as busy as I was thinking. You know, at the beginning last year, towards the end, you know, they started getting some snow on the East Coast, and it looked like it was going to get bad weather. Thought a lot of people would be. That's what I think with Daytona Bike Week. The colder the East Coast in Canada is, the more people are going to come down here. Typically, you don't get much people past Ohio to come this way. But yes, you're going to say, well, I'm coming from California. Yes, we had a subscriber a few years ago, drove all the way, rode his bike all the way from California. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but that could be 10 people that did that. That really doesn't go on the statistics. Most of the people that come down here to Daytona, pretty much almost everybody we talk to, is either from Canada or they're along the East Coast somewhere. So I was kind of hoping for a really big rally, but I mean, who knows? It's too early to tell. A lot of people might decide, like I said, we just did that video yesterday on the campground, Crazy Horse, no reservation needed. You could decide next Friday, hey, let's drive on over there, stay there for $21 a person, and be set. And so
that's what we told him. It's like, well, how can you not take reservations? And you know, what if you get full? And he's like, see that pasture you can, as far as you can see? He says, we just push the cows to the next pasture. And if that gets filled up, we'll push them off to the next.
And last year was one of the busiest, you know, I'm not counting any anniversary days they had here, but last year, since we've been doing it, was one of his busiest years from us talking because we didn't even know about that place. I would have stayed there. I would have been staying there all along. We didn't have a place to stay now that lets us stay on his property. At least he gives us 110 electric. And I don't pay nothing for it. He volunteers everybody. We refuse his money. We try to offer him stuff. He won't take nothing. And so I think he just likes to talk to us. And but I would have.
Wildest campground out here.
Yeah, probably little to no sleep. Probably there.
That's what
but the bad thing about Cacklebery is it's just so far away from the highway. It's a drive. You know, traffic can get really bad out there on the weekends. Monkey was out there, I think last year, the year before. And he pulled over, and the cops gave him a hard time because he took his sunglasses off. But I mean, you got a lot more traffic out that way.
It's just a 2-lane road.
Yeah, and so you go in the back ways, but I mean, it's all country roads. And there's a stop sign out there right at Cacklebery and Cabbage Patch. There's a stop sign there, so it backs everything up. And then you got to go past that to go to Volusia Fairgrounds, where the racetrack's at. The New Smyrna. You got to pass that to get to that. So,
well, you can once you get to that stop sign too. You can turn right, and that'll take you out to the land of Volusia. If you go straight, that's New Smyrna. If you turn right.
So depending on where you're coming from, but that's the only thing I don't like about that out there. It's just that gets very congested. You can get here at Destination Daytona, getting off the highway here can get crazy. Coming from the south, heading northbound. Nope, I guess it'd be coming north, heading south. That it backs up a lot there. Traffic out there, especially at rush hour and stuff, you know, 3 or 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, that highway gets out there. Doesn't completely stop, but it's moving slow. A lot of people darting around. It's crazy here in Florida because you get that guy driving 30 miles an hour on the highway, and you got that other person doing 100 miles an hour on the highway. So it's a little dangerous down here in Florida, especially for motorcycles. You got to be very observant.
Road Glide 911. Ray's Motor Life's going to be out there. Unity Twin Cam is going to be out there.
Monkey's out there.
Yeah. So, Betty Marks, did you used to work at the museum? Because I think that's the same town that they were in. She said it was 65 yesterday and 35 today.
They got out last night. We've been having a little space heater on. I had to turn it way down last night. I got hot. You can kick Mr. Foamy off the bed.
Did I?
Yep. So it was a little warm last night.
So you'll be out there with good company, and it is a fun place. You'll probably see a lot of stuff maybe you don't even want to see.
Yeah, last year we were out there, girls riding around on motorcycles, topless. It's a private campground, you can get away with a little bit more. I don't know if they have any trouble out there. It's somebody was talking today about it, but we never see that either. We never really see fights going on. We don't really see a lot of fights at any rally that we go to. The lady snooping at us.
She just looked and she went by, and I just wanted to see if she stopped and turned around to see what we were doing. She kind of gave us like the evil eye when she walked around. Like, what are them people doing?
I just got something to tell her.
Stop it.
Had an
Not
itch.
nice.
Had an itch.
Uh-huh.
Adjust my glasses.
And he was gawking at the lady that come in earlier that set her napkins down and rearranged the table. And
She had a little OCD going on. I'm sitting right there looking. That means she's right in front of us.
that's the secret of flower fountain of youth. No, somebody asked if we ever age. Travis Smalley says, "You guys ever age? You're looking good. Every day I see new wrinkles and more gray hairs."
And she found it the other day. For years, she said, "I never get gray hair. I never get gray hair." And then the day she's in there, and I'm like, "What is your problem in there?" She's in there huffing and puffing in the bathroom. And she's, "I got 2 gray hairs."
No, I got a bunch more
I
than
said,
that.
"Welcome to the club."
Well, my mom was never really gray, and she had
She
just
had
a
mixed,
little
she
bit
had gray all mixed into her hair.
at the last few years of her life. But up until then, and he says, "Your mom dyed her hair." No, she didn't. My mom never dyed her hair. No, your mom used to dye her
She
hair.
did.
My grandma
My mom would have been 30 years old with gray hair.
and my grandma was the same way. So yes, my grandma did dye her hair.
I
My
think your
mom,
grandma,
no,
when she died, had got black hair.
probably. She was, and don't call her a senior citizen. She was 99 when she died, but don't call her senior. So Travis has agreed on whatever we were saying. She's number 1. You guys sound muffled today. It's good to the blackout yesterday at Halifax.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
So we don't know because there's a lot of noise going on. So the microphone may be having issues picking us up. We're sitting back a little bit farther too. So that could be part
So
of the
it's
issue
probably
too.
trying when it's
So,
quiet.
well, this was kind of a last minute decision. I'm still
to go?
messed up because of Peanut and George's. And I'm really confused.
I know exactly what we're gonna do. Where are we gonna do it?
Well, we
Where
might
we're gonna
now.
do
We
it?
have a Twin Peaks over here. So now Sunday, we don't know what's going to happen. Ended up for Sunday, we have to go tomorrow and set our tent up, our easy up, our table and chairs, all that, and the little A-frame sign. Got all that set up Saturday because Sunday they're not going to allow any 4-wheel vehicles on the beaver ship property, on the beaver bar's property. So I don't know. We're gonna probably have to ride the bike in on Sunday morning, then ride back, go get the truck, and I don't know when we're gonna be able to get all that junk out of there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. We're gonna try to look around tomorrow and see if I can find a place to leave the truck. Like maybe we can go down to the Broken Spoke, and maybe we can talk to them because we met the new manager that's taking care of that, and she's really nice. We got her phone number, so you can call her and say, "Is there any chance we could kind of park our truck over there? We got a event going on at the Beaver Bar, and that'd be quite a walk." I guess that's not
It'd
too
be
bad.
better to go to Iron Horse.
Yeah, but they don't have very much room there, so I don't know. But we're going to look around, see if we can find us a place to leave the truck closer by to where, if nothing else, we could carry all this stuff out to the road, stop the truck, throw it in there, carry it over across the street to or next door. There's a office building there or something, and get it out of there.
I was even thinking that Food Hill, but I don't think that guy still runs it. We talked to him a couple years ago. I think his name was Bill Holt.
But they're open now. I seen that today when we drove by. There was a bunch of trucks now tonight by it. It must be only open on the weekends. And because it looked pretty empty. And then now today when I went by, there's like 8 or 10 cars out there. Lights are all on. So they look like they're open. So we'll have to look around, figure out what we can do.
Because when Heavy called me tonight, he said they're not allowing any cars or trucks. So we'll have to see.
See what the story is.
Meeting started again. Okay, bye, Neil.
Gotta go take care of the fishes.
That's right. The National Museum sold last week at the JMP is permanently closed.
Yep, we found that out today when we was over at JP last week. And I already heard it was closing up. It came up in one of my forums. Problem there is they ran that more or less, I guess, still. And that's kind of why they ended up closing it, because they were just done with everything. She just she's got grandkids. She wants to enjoy them, and good for her. I'm glad that she.
Well, that's what she said. She said her and her husband worked at that their whole life, and he's gone, and she tried to keep it going, and she said, I've got grandkids now, and I'm ready to enjoy life. I'm ready to retire and do what I want to do.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not.
And good for her. I wish they would have took the bikes to the Beacon auction in Vegas and sold them. But less transportation, less cost for them to sell them the way they are. They didn't have to bring trucks in to haul them out. Plus, they said that gas station went for big money. I was talking to
The memorabilia went for way more than some of the motorcycles.
Yeah, and they had some cool stuff there. I should have looked at it, but I didn't want to get involved with buying a bunch of junk.
Well, the only thing I saw there, because they had a Skelly can, which we already have one of those. If they would have had anything Skelly, he would have probably looked at that.
Had a Skelly gas station many moons ago.
In the 80s, early 80s.
Boom.
After we got married.
So let's see. Is there anything else I need to talk about? Talk about Cacklebery, Main Street. Talked about that. Talked about the new A1As. What's being changed there. We haven't heard back from the sheriff. He's going to talk to us or not. They act like he was really good last week. And now it's like we ain't heard a peep from him.
Nope.
The city hasn't got back with us. Daytona Chamber of Commerce.
Email us your phone number. We'll try to meet up, and I'll email you back.
And we'll this week we'll decide. Next week, first part of the week, we'll decide where we'll do another meet and greet at. Try to get things straightened out. One day we're gonna have that bike all day, Tuesday or Wednesday probably. We got to figure that. We're gonna
go on a ride or something.
I don't know. So we'll see. Harley Davidson's giving us a bike to ride for one day, one of the new ones. So we're gonna give a review on that after a full day of riding it. And
so far,
yeah, it's sitting at, we don't have any plates for it, so it's a little hard for her to take it out on the road. She might ride it when we take it over to, if we get some help doing some of the parts. We'll find out once the vendors get here, we're going to ask for some help, borrow their tools, things like that, to where I can get all the stuff we already bought installed. A lot easier than me laying in the campground trying to do it. So I don't have everything with me. If I got to add solder wires to the handlebars, I don't have a soldering iron with me. So I'm going to talk to some of the vendors, see if they'll help us out maybe next week when they get rolling in. Some of them will be here on Monday already, starting to come in. So good chance some of them will help us. We're going to talk to them and chat with them. And if they do, we'll have some of those videos when we get home. Or now we get home after the Daytona Bike Week's over.
Once we get to Orlando and we have nothing better to do,
we'll probably do some riding. She'll probably do, if we get the plates on the bike, she'll probably do some riding around Florida. There's a few places when we're over there in Orlando where we stay at the Thousand Trails. We can go out that right there, and there's some areas back there, some neat parks to ride through and stuff like that. She could probably handle in one day, but she got to practice riding her bike again. Been a while, and it's a little quicker than the last bike she rode. And
so the cops are not your friend. Yes, they are.
But the whole idea about police are just like us. We've been to all these rallies, and we've been going way before this. We've been going to rallies since, I don't know, when we moved to California?
2002.
So since about 2003, we've been every year to a rally somewhere, and some more than a couple a year. We have never, at a rally, been pulled over, been talked to, or anything about the way we ride, drive, or anything else. I don't always put 2 feet down when I stop. Now, I don't smoke my tire. I do rev my bike up at times. I don't do wheelies on the bike. So that issue isn't something I would have. We always have right glasses in the tour pack. We always have clear glasses. We have extra sunglasses there. So, it's not a big issue. Have I ever drove my bike without the right glasses? Probably, but not normally. But if I know, it's like here, you're going down the one, and you're going to go past the Iron Horse and the Broken Spoke, where they have the sheriff department there directing traffic, and that's hired by the Iron Horse, so nobody gets killed there. So you want to make sure you're doing what, even if you're a little drunk, which you shouldn't be riding your bike if you're drunk, but if you were a little wheezy and, that's the part you want to look the best. You don't want to do anything stupid. It's like somebody asked about endorsements on license today on Facebook. Well, how often do they check? They don't check unless you get pulled over. But if you don't have an motorcycle endorsement, that is grounds for arresting you. Just FYI. Because you'll see what the lieutenant says. He used to be in charge of, well, he is now. He's in charge of all the traffic control, police officers and all that. And he'll tell you some things on the video Monday about some of the tickets that they've written, warnings that they've given. Some things they do not allow any variant. No warning will be written at all for these instances. There's about 5 instances that they will see at the rally. 90% of the tickets are written by their 4 officers that ride motorcycles. So a motorcycle cop is going to get you.
We had chicken at Rose Villa today, and it was excellent.
And you'll see that's a great place. We got a video that'll be coming out on that probably Tuesday. We filmed that today. I don't know what else we filmed. I don't think there's anything else today we filmed that's going to come out on Tuesday. So tomorrow's Sunday. We don't have a whole lot of plans tomorrow. If it's halfway decent, maybe we'll take the bike out tomorrow and we'll do the Ormond Loop, get that out of the way. Monday, we're going to be doing a ride similar down there, and then going to have lunch over in Flagler Beach. If anybody's out and about, Monday, that's kind of the tentative plan. Is that we've never ate at Flagler Beach, so we thought,
always gone through it, never.
Yeah, let's go make a round and let's go back there and we'll have lunch there. So if you're around the area and you're interested, let us know and we'll kind of figure out where we're going to be. And maybe you want to go on that ride with us.
So here's our email. Email us your phone number, what your name is, what your handle is, whatever they call that. I don't know. And then let us know if you're going to be in the area and you want to go on that little ride with us on Monday and eat lunch at Flagler Beach. Let us know.
So that's kind of the setup there.
It'll be nice. Cooler, but nice.
Whole next week, we don't really have any real plans. We'll just be showing you things that are going on. We've already, we got Willie we just talked to about the Chopper Show. He'll come up on a video. We're going to be going down to, what's the pizza place called? JoJo's Pizza? Giuseppe's Pizza. They got a bunch of events going on down there. We'll be down there to talk to them. We'll get closer and show you what, Teddy Morris, when all the vendors kind of start getting in there, we'll start showing you where they're all at. So you keep in touch, and even if you're traveling, be able to check out that video. Maybe when you get to the hotel, you can check out if you're not doing a one-day ride. But if you're staying overnight someplace, take that night and you can take a quick look at the video and see what you might want to see when you get here. So we should have, hopefully, by the time Saturday gets around here next week, a week from now, we'll kind of have a majority of the things around here showing you where everything's at. And who's who, where they're at, all that good stuff.
So we're going to try to do, when we do have either a video at night or during the day, I should have a list of everything that's going on. So we're going to try to do that at night versus in the morning like we did last year. Of everything that's going on for the next day, where it's at, where the bands are playing, what shows are going on, and all that kind of stuff.
Like the video that would be coming out Monday night would have stuff that's going on Tuesday morning, Tuesday. So if you watch that video, somewhere in there, she'll get in there and tell you all the things that are going on for that day. A lot of the stuff, we're not going to show you a lot of everything. Like Willie's Tropical Chopper Show. We might put it in the video that next day. What there was a few bikes here, but I mean, if it's already over, we're going to wait and do a better job after the rally.
It'll be Monday or Tuesday during the rally, or Tuesday or Wednesday when you ride the new road.
Yes, Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm kind of waiting for the weather to get a little closer so we can tell them. I don't want to pick a day, find out it rains all frickin' day. Yeah. Right now on the 20-day forecast, they're showing like 2 days it could rain.
Not far from our house.
I mean, just like today, it could have. They were predicting rain today. Originally, they were talking rain about 4 days ago, off and on all day Friday. It didn't rain here till like an hour ago. So it would have been a great day, 75 degrees to go out. And, the Ormond Loop wouldn't have been bad. I wouldn't want to get out on the highway and ride with all the wind. But you get on a lot of these little back roads, road down to, we just did the video, or I guess that one's coming out, down to Ponce Inlet and show you around down there, all the things you can do down there. That's a video that's coming out tomorrow morning. Check that out, plus another restaurant we put in there. We show you another great place, a great family restaurant to eat that's very reasonable. That's on tomorrow morning's video. So that's on there.
So yes, Rusty Wallace will be at Broken Spoke, and then he'll be at the Flying Pistons Bike Builders Breakfast. That's on Monday.
And we'll be there. So if you want to get your tickets ahead of time to the Bike Builders Breakfast at Teddy Morris's, I think it starts at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, goes to like 11. You meet a lot of great people. They got some really cool stuff that they auction off, and all the money goes to those little wooden bikes that they give to schools to try to teach kids to learn to get balance and stuff. Maybe they found a study that leads to kids riding motorcycles, that when they get to be 10 or 11, 12 years old, they're riding dirt bikes already. So not a bad idea to get that next generation off the couch, off the computer, off the phone, and get them out a little bit.
Dean's on, Gerald's on, and George is on.
There you go. Lots of people on.
Yep, they're all watching through Facebook. Culture Rejects said he's riding in from Cincinnati. That's going to be a long, cold ride. Hopefully, the weather is good for you.
So, like I say, we're not the first person down here, but it's one of the other. I'm pretty sure that guy does YouTube too. That's over in
It's
Cacklebery.
Baggers Life. BAGGERZLIFE.
I think he's got a YouTube channel, but I think he said he was going to do something. I think he said something later this week. He was going to do a video. Not anybody really don't put videos out every day like we do, but we like.
Moto Life said he's hoping to get on one of our videos. So definitely, I think he said he was going to go to when we go, because we'll be at Beaver Bar this Sunday and next Sunday.
And Ozark Rider's coming out. I seen him today on Facebook. That said he's flying out. He's flying in, getting a bike from somebody sponsoring him out. And he's a great guy. He's got a lot of great information. He's got some insight with Harley that he gets some feedback from new bikes and stuff like that. Another guy we recommend checking out. Adam, we haven't heard from him yet. We kind of talked to him about a month or so ago. But other than that, we haven't heard a whole lot about Adam when he's going to get here or anything. I don't know what he's been working on in his garage at home too. I know he's way behind on video, so I'm not quite sure what he's up to. So that's Amsoil Adam.
Hey, there's Owen. How are you doing? I was going to say, did you get moved? Because I thought you were going to move over to Fort Orange. We met up with him down on Main Street last year. So if you're around and you're not doing anything on Monday, we're going to do that little ride.
If you email us, we'll tell you, or text us, or whatever, you got a number. We'll tell you what the ride is if you're interested.
I might have his number.
I just don't want to put anything out because I don't know how far down the road we're going to put this video out. As soon as it would be Tuesday. I don't know if I want to put two of them on in the same day or not, if I just want to do one a day.
Well, send me your phone number, Owen, and I will send you ours back if I don't already have it. I think I might have it. Kawamoto's on.
There you go. He'll be here soon.
Yep. Are you coming? Is he coming up?
Yeah. What day are you getting here, Kawamoto? And where are you staying at? You stay in a hotel probably.
Yes, he does.
Let us know where you're staying and when.
No, he was saying he's got a friend that lives down in Melbourne.
Okay. Tell us when you're going to get here.
That's right. Hit the thumbs up button. It's right here below, right down here.
So when the rally starts, I don't have a whole lot. We move back over on Thursday next week. We move back over to Port Orange. So we're going to be on that side of the world again. And so we're a little closer to Cacklebery, that kind of stuff, the Speedway, than we are to Teddy Morris's operation.
Kamoto says soon, the 1st to the 10th.
Okay. They'll be here during rally time. And so pretty exciting. Got a lot of things going on. We're going to try to cover as much as we can. We're not going to spend so much. Last year we spent a lot of time at the flat track. Nothing wrong. Flat track's great. Races are great. Only races we are doing is the Sons of Speeds, which are Friday for time trials. Saturday is the racing. That's the only race we're doing. We're not going to the International Speedway and watching the bagger races or anything like that.
We're not doing the flat track, the AMA flat track. We're not doing that.
It takes up too much time, and we lose out on a lot.
Even when we do Willie's, we'll probably be there bright and early in the morning, get some footage, and then we'll probably go back around 4 when they're starting to do the
winners.
Yeah.
And then we're not going to spend all day like we did with last year.
We missed out a lot.
Too much stuff going on and not enough time to do it all. So that's kind of how it is. And we're going to hit a lot of the different bike shows that are going on because a lot of this will come out later on. We're not going to show you. I don't know if Professional Monkey, I don't think he's bringing any of his bikes for shows. I didn't see nothing. If anybody's heard anything, let me know. We didn't call him yet. We're trying to do some stuff with him at Leesburg. We might be working with him and us and doing a wet t-shirt contest at Leesburg at what's the place in Leesburg called where we stay?
Windy Acres.
Windy Acres. I was going to say Shady Acres. Windy Acres. So that's what we're
looking for. Anyone else that rides through and sees a historical Black College, Bethune College, lots of food trucks and bikers. Yes,
we ride through there.
Like when we went by, though,
last 2 years,
there wasn't a whole lot going on. I'm sure it's more of a nighttime thing.
I don't know when it is.
I don't know, but we have gone through there. We've showed people where it's at, and a lot of people say they go down that way.
But I don't know. Like I say, we drove through there a couple times, and I don't know if they're more of a weekend thing. I know last Saturday of the rally last year, we had a lot of crotch rockets with ethnic people riding it, and they were all coming up down Saturday. and I had never seen that many at one time. So we were assuming they were coming over from the Black College area, but I'm not sure.
And also, I think her name's Baby Girl. She does that big wheel show at the Hard Rock, and a lot of those big wheel bikes would ride up and down Main Street on Saturday. So there was a lot of stuff. But yes,
we had gone by there. If you know anything about it, when they have more items going on, we'd be happy to stop down and cover anything that they got going on. We don't really film bands playing, just copyrighted issues. You never know when one of these independent bands decide to make a record someday, and then one of my videos get canned from a year ago. So we don't film any bands playing. I don't know if they have any, I seen they had some food trucks, which she said. I don't know if they do any bike shows down there, or if they have any events going on. If they have,
Is there a
burnouts.
Facebook page or something for them that I can look
If
up?
they do, let us know.
Yeah.
Any information, we'd be glad. We don't even know where to go looking.
I know. I guess I could look up the college maybe.
I don't know if the college would be. I don't think the college would be advertising a bike fee. But I don't know what that neighborhood.
They let them put it on there.
May not. I don't know.
So Mike says Monkey's bringing his Springer Softail and brown sugar chopper for a chopper truck.
Okay.
I was referring to the Badgers motor channel from Florida. There are Badgers in the right. Yeah, that's what I thought too. When I see Salty Badger, I always wondered, and I thought, what? I don't watch them as much as I probably should, but I'd never seen anybody on there named Salty. But I thought that too, Angel Face. Angel Face wanted to know if there was any other female rider, girl rider. Who here is a girl rider at Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventures? So I'm assuming Angel Face, you're a girl.
Now you can do. They have a women's ride. Do you have a date on that?
Yeah. No.
She'll put it up on our Facebook page. Go to the Bob and Tam's.
Biker Bells Bar.
Yeah, and look up Bikers Bells. They have a ride. I don't know what. It's one day during the week. Oh, it's all women's ride.
I want to say it's Tuesday.
But guys can ride. They donate money. I forget the money all goes to empowerment of women or something. But they go out and they do didn't they do the loop?
They did the loop last year.
And we went with them last year. I don't know if we'll do it this year. Now we'll probably go down there. Maybe probably won't ride with them, but we'll probably go down there because it was a little hard to film them because you couldn't pass them and stuff. One, we wasn't quite sure their path they were going. Yeah. They were escorted all the way down, so it was a nice ride. And I don't know what it cost. I guess I paid for it, but because I just donated for donations anyway. So, but they do have a women empowerment.
And last year it was only $25 because the one down here in Daytona is cheaper. The one in Sturgis is like $85.
Yeah, because it's just the first year. They've only done it like 3 years down here. So that's something to look at. You meet a lot of, what's that one girl that's always there that has the van?
Moto Maiden.
Yeah, she's usually always here, both of them. But that'd be a great time if you're a woman and you want to meet other women that ride. That would be a great thing to go to because they have this big thing before. You're all standing around, they talk, and there's a couple people that sign books that they have. And it's a thing. So it's an hour or so before they leave, and then when they go out, and then they come back, they have a whole bunch of stuff. It's all at the Speedway, and they have a whole bunch of women stuff there. Like they were showing them how to do an oil change and all the different kinds of things they showed, and it was just kind of neat.
Julie says she's a girl rider.
There you go.
Mike says Traveling Tall goes to the Bethune Cook, and he'll be there. He's the one to ask. So maybe go to his channel and see if you can get any more information, or if you have it.
Somebody help us do that. I don't know if I have time to watch Traveling Tall's videos. So yeah, check out his channel and see what he's got going on. We talked to him a couple years ago, but I haven't ever seen him since.
She said it's mostly just a Friday and Saturday event.
Oh, okay. So is it the first weekend or second weekend?
I think it's the second weekend.
I think so too.
So Ray, Angel Face wants to know if Ray does interviews with other riders.
Who?
Angel Face wants to know if Ray's Moto Life does interviews with other riders. They get a hold of me if they want to set it up. Okay, Saucy Badger. Of course they talk. We talk a lot.
So typically, we do a lot of interviews with other bikers. If you're in the area, when we're doing videos, channel, we usually try to get you on one of our regular videos. We don't bring to do like here to bring people on the video right now. I have to bring the laptop because we have to plug a lot of things in. Got to put our lapel mics on. We got to put earbud in. There's a lot of work to do to bring people in so they don't echo. So We don't normally do it at a rally, but if we do see you, like if you come to the Beaver Bar on Sunday, this Sunday, and you're a YouTuber, we'll let you do a shout out on our channel, all that kind of stuff. You can tell us about what you do, what you ride, what your channel's about, and we'll put that on a video while we're still here. But yeah, we've had a lot of, when we're at home, it's a different story. We've had a lot of different YouTubers that have come on our channel during our normal Sunday interviews,
Lives.
lives that we have. So
yeah, we're supposed to meet up with Dave's Crazy Trailer. We've met him several times. Race Motor Life, we talked to him a lot. I don't think we've ever gotten to meet him. And the Red Bank's on. I don't.
G-Rath is another one, but I don't think he comes here.
ZZ, Twin Cam. Sorry if I'm missing some of you guys.
Harley One Forever.
Yeah, but yeah, Angel Face, if you're down here, check. Get a hold of us. Like I said, all you got to do is text us your.
What we try to do, just like here, if you would have been on our Facebook page, as soon as we got here, we put the live up saying, "Hey, I took a picture of the napkin holder here. Can't show that side, ain't none on it. This side, and I put it on there and said, "Hey, here's where we're at. If anybody wants to come down here and say hi." No, but I pegged it.
Okay.
I pegged it, and it said it was this one. So
Hi, Mike.
you would have been able to find it. Like when we were here the other day, we just stopped to eat, and one of our subscribers seen us over here. Ended up sitting down with us.
So we don't really watch a whole lot of other YouTube videos because we're so busy. We don't.
The other thing I do is I'm always looking.
So,
I'm looking to take our channel to the next level. So I watch a lot of training videos for YouTube and stuff like that to try to get me better ideas. During a rally, we don't have a lot of time to make. We're like bloggers. Is pretty much what our videos are. We document what we have. We take it up. Sometimes the sound's not the best, but I mean, I can't go back and retake a burnout that somebody did. If the sound sucks, you take it, you either throw it in the trash or I use the video. So a lot of times, like the cheese video the other day, whole bunch of stuff, and the microphone on top, it just barely come unplugged. She had no volume at all. So I ended up I used some of her clips to go over my stuff. Other than that, I couldn't use any of her stuff. Because
the guy did a great promo for what's going on.
Saturday, tomorrow, at the dealership here, become a Teddy Morris, they got free beer and hot dogs tomorrow as long as they last. We'll probably go there. Free hot dog and free beer. What more can you have for lunch? And so that's going on tomorrow. It's Locals Appreciation Day before the rally, I think is what they said.
Our free party day, somebody else said they were going to be.
They also got the, what's it called?
The civilian rodeo going on.
That's worth watching. If you've never seen those guys, those guys that go around all those cones and with the police style bikes and
all these bikes are like police bikes, so they've got a very low center of gravity, and these guys can they can hardly move and not put their feet down.
Yeah.
And they can stop and stay there for.
But it's really good. They got all the cones and all that stuff. They got competition starts tomorrow. Today, all these days up to now, they've been here since Tuesday, and but they say it only takes 6 months. They can take somebody in 6 months and teach them to do this. But if I lived down here in Florida, I'd do it. I'd go buy a bike. I think that'd be really cool to learn. Be able to do all that and get to where you can go around. You go do Iron Mountain, go around that turn doing like 30 miles an hour around the switchback.
She wants to do a shout out before you end your string, please. Bob and Tam Brooklyn Ventures. She
wants to do one, or she wants us to do one?
I think. Well,
is that her YouTube channel?
I guess Angel Face Moto Rider. So check her out. Angel Face Moto Rider.
You can put your link in here. So when you write something first. Just don't put a link because I may not take it. Write something, say, hey, here's my link. Check it out. I got a YouTube channel too. So put it there, and then people can go to you afterwards and check you out. We don't mind supporting other YouTubers because the difference is nobody's the same.
Not at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nobody's going to imitate anybody. A lot of people try to do what we do, try to do interviews and stuff. I don't really worry about that because we're always going to the next level. We got some interviews set up this time that some of you will look at and go, how the hell did you get those people interviewed? We work a lot to get what we get. And we do this full time. We have no other job. We're retired. And when people that know us, Emory HVAC, and some of these other people that have spent time with us, we get up at 7 or 8 o'clock. We're gone all day. We work all day. We film all day. I get back and I edit at night. Right now, I'm a couple videos ahead, which is what I like to be. That way, like today, I didn't
He's
have
not
to.
so stressed
I didn't
out.
have to film anything today. We didn't really. We did laundry yesterday. Got that all done. Spent a couple hours at the laundromat, and I didn't have to worry because I already had another video done. I got to still tomorrow morning. I got to still tweak my police video because you don't see it's not up yet. I got to put some clips in it because 30 minutes of watching two guys talk is a long time. I got to get some.
Kind of boring.
So we filmed some stuff today. I really wanted to, but you didn't get by the police. I want to go over there and get them to turn the lights on so I could film the car sitting out on the street. But we never got that far. So I have to pull some off the internet. And
So Angel Face is that Rainy Rider? Is she the one that does events for human trafficking? Because someone and are you Trisha? I don't know how else to say it, but I know I don't know if because I had texted you guys and asked some questions, and anyway, I didn't know if that's who all you guys were. Uh, so Culture Reject says he's subscribing. Don't forget to watch at least 3 minutes of a video, and then you hit a like, make a comment, and then subscribe. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you're a bot, and they'll pull you off their channel. It'll still look like you're subscribed to them, but they'll take you away as a subscriber to her channel. If you don't watch at least 3 minutes of a video, watch the whole darn video. And then hit the like button, make a comment, and then subscribe. That way you'll stick as one of their subscribers. Because sometimes it'll say like, wow, I got 10 subscribers today. And then you look the next day and they've taken away 20 because they think they're bots. So anyway, that's how that works. I try to subscribe to everyone. I know, so do we. Yes, Bob and Tam. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, if anybody go to Rainy Rider, they're doing a live stream too tonight, and they're into promoting. I don't know what to call it. Not donations. Events to raise money for human trafficking. So that's a good cause. And they just had an event here in Daytona, and it ended up. I think it started at Teddy's and ended up over there by
pizza
Iron
place.
Horse.
Oh,
So
talking about the midnight ride.
no, that's what. So that is Angel Face. I think the woman we talked to at Teddy's that was looking to find out if we could
That's
talk
her
to
daughter?
Steve. Yeah, so I think
She
her
does
name's
the
Tricia.
podcast.
Yeah, that's a Angel Face Motor Rider. I believe that's her. And then that Rainy, the one that she was trying to get a hold of, is having a live right after us. So there you go. I think I got it. Hopefully. It's hard. There's a lot of stuff up here and it doesn't always come out right.
Also, if that's who it is, said you had a tie-in with the Sea Cruise, and we would be interested in that. We've never been able to find the right person to talk to about that. I see Adam Sandoval's not going to do it next year. I already seen him announce that he's not going to do it next year. We'd love to cover it. We'd love to cover it, but come to contact us. We talk to the guy at the bike builder and stuff. We usually talk to him every year right down here, but he always says, I got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he's just the bike builder guy, but he's a very nice guy. And the whole thing is great. It's a
great cause.
Good cause. Yep. I think it's for kidney
dialysis and stuff.
Yeah. Tan, did you bring your full 42 Daytona? Yes, I did. And we just got a bunch of parts for it. They came in today. We'll pick them up tomorrow. So I got the front, the forward controls to move it, the pegs, move the controls forward, the handlebars, the brake and the clutch levers because they were cut off because of the hand guards they had on there, and springs and the grips.
Springs are for the front. We didn't get shocks yet because I figured I could get shocks out here. I need to take the ones off. They have an adjuster on it. I don't have the adjuster part. We need to screw them all the way down once we get the front and measure the bike and see if it sits level. We're trying to get it. We're not lowering it. We're putting it back to factory. The guy originally told me he raised it 4 inches. J&P looked at it and said, no, 2 at the most. Don't know if you could even order 4-inch lift with it when you're using factory stuff. So I don't know.
So yeah, we've been over at Jared's too. Jared Wings. She said they also are supporting the Forgotten Angels compound.
And we'll probably go over there this year when we get out of here. We get over to Orlando. We usually go over there. We talk to, is it Gerald, right? Jared. I'm bad with names, you know. And he's a great guy. And I know also Shade Tree he also sponsors all that too. Supports it, I guess not sponsored, but supports it. Gives donation money away and stuff to them like that. It is. It's a great cause. Fallen Angels. That's a great. Fallen Angels, right?
Forgotten Angels.
Forgotten Angels. Sorry.
I know. I kept saying Fallen Angels at first too, and Jared kept saying Forgotten, not Fallen. They're not dead. They've just been forgotten about. Once they get done with this system, they just kick them out.
Yeah. So they're orphans and they're living in the system in a house or wherever they're at. But once they hit 18 in Florida, they just kick you out. They don't give them any support or anything else. And this group here, it's a really great thing. Maybe we'll get over there and we'll have them explain it all to you. But it's a really great cause here in Florida. There's a lot of great charities.
Halifax.
Yeah, Halifax has the Kenny that does the trailer. They give away the bike every year. All that money comes down here and helps the veterans and stuff down here.
Housing and even widows of veterans, for the widows and the kids.
And also Willie's Chopper Show. All that money goes to the organization over there too. And Willie was just sitting there telling us today how he almost gave up. And he told us that a couple years ago when we first got in here.
He said, I'm done.
But he ended up going over there. They had him dress up that year for Santa. And he went over there and talked to all those people. And they all said the same thing, that he's the biggest donation of money to the home for the homeless vets that they stay at. And he said when he went around and talked to them, they were so appreciated for what he does. He's like, I can't give that up now. He says it's just too much, that I give too much to them.
He appreciated it more. He knew he was given for a good cause. He knew he was doing it for the right reasons and everything. Because Willie puts a lot of money into it, and he doesn't take anything out of it.
Yeah, move the microphone a little closer.
And so what he does is every penny that he makes goes directly to those vets. And so anyway, it's for a good cause. So Salty Badger, my bike is a 2007.
1200R.
1200R, yeah. It's got the bigger tank on it.
See, we thought they put a bigger tank on it, but when I went to the specs, you could order it with a 4.1 tank in it. So it ends up being, we think it's more stock now than I thought it was. John at JMP said we should just hold the bike like it is because it's a cool bike, an off-road bike. The tires, we're probably not going to do anything with the tires. JP Cycle said the same thing. Drive it. If it runs fine for you, she's not riding it to Sturgis. We're more going to ride it around town, things like that. My first bike had knobbies on it. I never really had any issue with that versus the highway tire. I got to get a new tire for the front of my bike. If you want to know where we go, I go to JP Cycles because if they've got the tire on sale, you get the sale price in the store. So I just checked and he said, do I try to get it before? He said, no, the sale's going on all month, so it'll still be good when the rally starts. And I'm like, okay.
Which is on.
Can't see. Art, come on down here to Daytona. I got a bed for you. We got the heavy jack bed in the back.
Bed in the trailer.
There you go. Come on down. You can ride GM's bike. She bought a Sportster. I went to the auction. I don't know if you've been watching the channel or not, but I got a chopper. You can go back and check that out. It's badass. And then I got her a 2007, like her first bike, a yellow one with a 1200R. And that R is a performance, more motor, and it's bad too. So we're fixing it all up.
R's for roadster. I thought it was for
R for red. No,
it's roadster.
Well, but I mean, it's faster. It's faster than a normal.
Man, you barely touched the throttle.
We got it down here. We're gonna do some modifying and stuff to it. So picking parts up tomorrow morning from J&P, and then hopefully next week the vendors will help me put it all on using their tools and stuff. So those videos will come out after the rally. We won't have time to show you all that stuff. Unless it takes me all day and I got nothing else to show you, we might do that.
Well, on our $7.99 patron page, I'm going to videotape some of that, and then we'll put it on for them. The R were 1.5 taller than a standard, 1.5 inches taller than a standard to start with. I rode it. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I wasn't flat-footed.
I think if we lowered it 2 inches, at least 2 inches, it's going to get it back to where her foot's going to be flat.
Might be a little more comfortable.
I can always lower it more. But for this trip, going to Sturgis and all that, because I'm probably going to end up riding it too. Because what we'll end up doing is maybe not so much down here or Leesburg, but maybe Panama City, because traffic really gets crazy in Panama City. We get the new seat and the backrest and all that on it before Panama City. We'll probably ride it a little bit down in Panama City because it's easier. It's crowded down there. And we can zip in and out with that a lot easier. But we just have to see where we're going to be able to put our camera gear at. We just wouldn't be able to bring as much stuff with us because we might have to carry it or put a backpack on or something. So we'll have to see.
So
But
my
Sturgis,
first Sportster was a 1200, and I didn't have any issues with that.
No.
That got him. It wasn't as fast as this bike, but it
was fast.
Yeah.
I loved riding that little bike. It was in California. It had been ideal for splitting lanes. It was fast. It was quick. It was light, and I liked riding it. It started to have a lot of oil leaks and stuff on it. And of course, I asked her, "You want me to get this fixed, or you want to get a new bike?" I'll take a new bike. So she got a new bike.
And then I got my Fat Boy Low.
That's still her bike. We're gonna eventually get one of those, but I'm hoping to pick one up through Cool Part Auction, something I can fix it up. Same thing, something for you guys to watch us work on, do things like that. And so pretty neat. So we got a bunch of neat stuff going on, and we'll see how it all goes. We're still hoping to do veteran bikes. We'll find out about that more when we get through August.
No, Brett's on.
We're still working on our 501c. That's a pain in the butt to get all processed. So we're still trying to do. We want to be able to do. Our YouTube channel is going to stay our YouTube channel. This is where we're going to make any money or anything like that. And if we do veteran bikes, all the money, every single penny will go towards bike builds. We'll take no money out of it for any expenses for the shop or nothing. We make our money through this. If somebody wants to sponsor different things, they can do it through here. That way we pay taxes on it, all that kind of stuff. The shop or the veteran bikes, we want to be able to where if somebody decides they want to buy a bike or give us a bike, they can get a write-off for it through the 501c. That's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to do it.
Salty Badger says they make a drop kit that drops at 1.5 inches, moving a lower shock mount back and down also will help a little with geometry.
We have some stuff at home, and I meant to grab it. We have some shocks and some Lauren stuff at home.
That somebody gave us that we never.
And it's at home in a box, and I should have brought it, and I didn't. But one of you emailed me the other day and said, "Hey, I got a pair of shock 10-inch shocks, which are the lower ones, for $20 he wanted." And I didn't write him back yet because I was going to ask him what brand were they and how old are they. But we might be able to get somebody here, Legends or Progressive, somebody like that might donate something for her bike. She's going to go around and tell everybody she's got a bike now. So maybe she'll get some sponsored products to help fix her bike up. Here we got a really good deal. JP Cycles worked us out a special price on all the stuff that we got to help us out. So of course we give JP always, which is what I said. You got an older bike. That's where
the place to go.
Yes. We got all of our parts here. We ordered them, Wednesday, Thursday? And they're already in.
I know, Art.
2 days. But
he says no more splitting lanes for him. The carpool lane, too many drivers are trying to crash into you.
Yeah. Well, now, because of so many of the highways in California.
10 years, Art.
Did you wreck?
In February. February 13th, it was 10 years ago.
She had her back.
2014.
But her case now, which is California's getting like the 2022, it's got it to where you can go in and out all the time. And that's what sucks. But I mean, people still go across the double yellow line. Yeah. And because Art's the same way as we are. Art's always rode a lot of miles with us. Art's got to retire. Next year, May, we're going to do the West Coast ride again. 6 days. If you want to put that down on your calendar.
Next year.
Put your thing on the calendar.
It'll be 65 this year.
Yeah, he's a year older than us.
Yep.
So, all right, you're going to retire this year? If not,
October.
Put in for at least that week of going up that ride. We're going to be a small group, trying to keep less than 10 bikes. But we're going to try to do rides next year.
5-5, so.
Not do as many rallies. Well, we might do rallies, but we'll fly in and fly out. That's what we're trying to offer everybody now. If they want us to come back for this content, cover our expenses. We don't want food money or gas money or anything like that.
Here, a bike and a place to stay.
Yeah, that's all we're looking for. And we got a couple people interested, and we're going to talk to a few people while we're here in town. Biketoberfest, we know the guy running that. We're going to talk to him about it. We didn't come down here for the three-wheel rally. We'd spend all that time down here. We've already got several people that have offered houses that we could stay at, but we got to get the bike set up, and the airfare would be really nice. If we have to pay for it, it'd be very limited. I wouldn't come back for fall. I might consider, because I'd like to fly out here next year, bring my chopper, and then we're going to have biker haul bikes, haul my chopper out and take it back. And so I'd like to do that. That's if I get it all running, which I should have. Have the heads all done, have everything all worked out, have it where I can ride it. So I want to be able to ride it in or ride it out. And we'll have enough time from August till what, when is it, March? So March to get it all fixed up and ready to ride. So I want to bring it down here, bring it to Willie's, do my chopper show, and I don't care about winning anything. I just want to have it in there. Maybe it'd just be neat. We always watch everybody. I never get to participate, so I think it'd just be fun to do that. And by then, I'll spend more time out in Las Vegas, and I'll get more information on my bike, so I can tell you a little bit more about the history, the story, about where the frame came from, all the different things like that. And the guy was very nice that I talked to, so hopefully by then he'll still be real nice to me and talk to me about it.
Okay.
The guy that owned the bike.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
We'll check it out, Coffee Badger.
So she's not part of the Badger Club?
No, he's not.
I didn't think so.
Well, I've always thought that when I've seen his name. I knew he probably wasn't, but they asked, somebody else asked, I think Angel Fates asked. And I always kind of thought that too. Got 73 on now, you had 98 on the way. Oh.
Wow.
And,
I came back and you left.
Yeah. You've been on an hour and a half.
Oh, I didn't want to go there too long tonight.
Just buy a small garage and keep 1 or 2 bikes there in Florida.
We thought
about
about that. But see, the bad thing is leaving the bike sit. That isn't good on a bike either. If nobody's riding it, the battery's going to go dead, all that kind of stuff. So it's. I'd hate to ask somebody to ride the bike, and then if something happened to them when they're riding it, you know, makes them feel bad. You know, I come back and find out now it's got an oil leak and I didn't have one before. You know, it's just tough. But most of the time, it's like Big Trail Harley. They set us up this last year for Bikes, Boots, and Barbecue. That's a very small dealership. But they were really like, oh, well, we don't have a brand new one right now that has, you know, we have a Street Glide. It's got 2 bags, but not a tour pack. I said, we don't need a new bike. Any Harley will be fine. It's in good shape. It runs. And with the bike they gave us, I think it was a 2021. It's like 18,000 miles. The bike ran like a top. No problems, complaints. It was clean. I highly recommend anybody to buy it. Great running bike. Same thing here. They got plenty of used bikes here that they could let us use. Ain't no big deal to them. Most dealerships, it's not. Taking a new one out's a little different. Liability, insurance, all that kind of stuff. I mean, we're insured on our bikes, so it's not that big of a deal if I wrecked it.
John said rodents too, you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
So there's another live stream coming up too called Critter Moto.
Never heard of them.
In about 2 hours.
And who are they? It's my shoulder.
It's another one. It just says Moto Stream in 2 hours.
Oh.
So you can check it out and find out who they are.
Right there. I've been having an itchy back lately. But see, my right arm, I can't stretch back that far. This one works. This one don't. When I turn 65, I gotta get my shoulder operated on.
That's the first thing that's going to happen.
My insurance now is a high deductible, so we can't get anything done unless we're dying, and then we go in. Kid over here jumping around like a hot potato.
They must have gave her way too much sugar.
Little hyper there.
A little bit. All right.
Alrighty, so we're about ready to wrap it up. Guys, got any more questions, concerns, about it? Because we're going to be back on Sunday anyway.
Yeah.
And
So again, if you want, if you're in town, Sunday we're going to be at Beaver Bar all day, most of the day. Sunday night we're going to do a live.
That's Don.
Nowhere. I know, I said Don. And then we're going to try to do a ride on Monday. If you're interested in that, email us. If you're on your way down, you want to meet up with us, and you're not going to be able to make any of those things I just told you about, email us your phone number. And
what we do is we tell you where we're at. We can't always come to you. I had somebody did that one time in Panama City. We're like, where are you guys going to be at? And we're like, well, we're over here at Miss Newby's. And they're like,
we were down. I think we
well,
were.
it doesn't matter.
Whatever.
We were someplace. And she says, okay, thanks. And about 2 hours later, writes me and says, where are you guys at? And we're like, we're at Hammerhead Fred's now. So I thought you were
just there. So now they were over at Miss Newby's. They said, well, can you come over to Miss Newby's now? And it's like,
I end up going over there, but normally I do not do that because we're on a mission. We're on a mission from God. He's telling us where to go and what to do, what to film, all that kind of good stuff. So I can't, if we're over here at Teddy Morris, I can't run over to the Speedway. I just don't have that. If it's something, we need to do over there, it's a different story because I'm trying to get content. But for me to drive 30 to 45 minutes across town and back, the traffic's going to be bad during the rally, go down to Main Street, So what we try to do is go to the Facebook page and look on there and see what my last update was. Just like here, I just updated a couple of. We got here really early. We were here at 5 o'clock. So we ate. If you were in the town, you had an hour and a half to get here before a live came. If you didn't want to be on TV, and then you could have seen us, talk to us. No
Yeah.
big deal.
Anyway,
If you see us, don't hesitate to come and talk to us. As long as we don't have the camera in front of our face and we're trying to talk.
we're talking to somebody else on camera.
Yeah. If
We're
we're not,
talking to somebody else and you don't see a camera, we're just
it's another subscriber.
probably.
Very seldom is it somebody that you can't butt into. And no big deal. We got the new stickers. They came in. Should have brought one in and showed you what it looks like. But, oh, actually, it's what's on the thumbnail today. That little thing there, that was a sticker. Couldn't see it all because it didn't work out real good. But I had to do it on my phone. It was a pain in the butt, but it worked. And so that's a new sticker, what it looks like. And we'll be giving those out starting Sunday. So if you come today, you can't get one. Starting Sundays when we give those out. I have 200, and I got another 50 coming on the 4th. So we got about 250 that we can give away till they're gone. And then right now we got one color of the bike, and then the next sticker will probably be the other color of the bike. And
What day's the 4th?
I
Somebody
don't
said
know.
they're coming down on the 4th.
Well, the 1st is Saturday. So 4 days from Saturday.
That's Monday. Monday will be at the Bike Builders Breakfast at Teddy Morris's that morning.
Oh, so Friday's the 1st. I kept thinking
Yeah.
Saturday is the 1st. So
No,
actually,
because Thursday is when they're going to open.
yeah, Black Hills Harley.
No,
Black Hills Harley. Teddy
Teddy.
Morris's Destination Daytona, JP Cycles, all of that will open on Thursday. I was thinking it was Friday, but I thought the 1st was going to be Saturday, so it's Friday instead.
so that's where we'll be on the 4th, and we'll be there.
That's in the morning,
Yeah,
from
so
about 8 o'clock
it's about
till
11.
we'll be at Destination Daytona under the big pavilion. Come and have breakfast with us. It's really cool. You can
And
get
I think it's like $20 to get in.
it's 20 now, 25 at the gate.
But you get breakfast and you get Rusty Wallace is there. Teddy's usually there. All kinds of the bike builders are there. We're not really into the bike builders, but if you know anything about bike building and you like it, you'll love this. You'll need to go. So that's where we'll be, Al.
It's all who's who. A lot of our great contacts are there. That's how who we got to be is from the people that come to this event.
Email us your phone or your number, and we'll switch it up.
A lot of people ask questions about different things, and I don't give out all of our secrets. How we get the contacts we get, and the people that give us those contacts, we ain't giving those names out because that's what we took. It took us time to make these contacts, and
Oh, just like the other day with IngoPace now, we have her for a contact,
yeah,
and if her mom wouldn't have came up to us and talked to us, we would have never met her.
that's right. So it's a lot of it is just work that we've done, people that we meet.
Networking.
Somebody sees, like Shelly Rossmeyer, she loves us. I'm really sad that she's going to be leaving because she's like a good friend. You know, we can call her up, and she called her today and asked her some questions, and she always answers her phone for us and stuff like that. And it's great because she knows what we brought to her. Because we always tell you that way. Anytime you go to a vendor, you buy a bike or anything like that, and it's somebody that we've recommended, you need to tell them, I seen you on Bob and Tam's. Nobody's paying us to do anything. We do have a couple sponsors every now and then. We got another one getting ready to come up here, give us a few dollars to do some plugs. And but overall, 90% of the stuff we give shout outs for is free. We don't charge anybody for anything. We don't get a lot of things in compensation. We comp more on our places that we stay than we do anything else. But that's helps a lot too.
Right. So yeah, email us, Al, and we'll meet somewhere sometime. Right down here, send us an email, okay? Dave's Crazy Trailer, I'll save you a sticker. And Steven, it was his last day at Myrtle Beach Harley Davidson today. But he might help out during the run.
Hey, I'm go riding. Then you can ride with Tam on our
We'll
bike.
be early, so maybe before the rally starts, we can go do a
Yeah,
ride.
we'll be there the week before.
So yeah, Al, that'll be great. We'd like to meet up with you too.
So we meet up. We'll see. Well, I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So Sunday there's another live. I don't know what time it's going to be. We'll probably try to do a little bit earlier on Sunday because I don't know where we're going to go. We might end up going over here to Twin Peaks. We're going to stop by there. Well, we'd have to stop by tomorrow and ask them if they'd let us come in. Then we got the issues with the Beaver Bar getting our stuff back out of there.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, we carry it out to, like I said, worst come worst, we could carry it out to that parking lot across the street, side street, and put it over there. You sit there by the truck, and I'll put it all in the back, and then carry each piece back over.
Yes.
Then we can get it out that way.
Do we have any 5-gallon buckets to make sure it don't go away?
No, I said I was going to use those corkscrews, the
Oh,
dog
that's
things. They use ratcheting straps. We got a lot of ratcheting straps.
Yes, we do.
I just got to look and see how many dog snakes we have. We'll know that when we get them out tomorrow morning. Put them in the truck. Got to put my big sign in the truck too.
All right. So you done?
I guess.
This is our email. If anybody wants to email us, reach out to us. We'll swap numbers. We'll see you all soon. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We had a great time. We love you all. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share it with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. We'll see you on the next video.
5 days till Daytona Bike Week officially starts. 4 days for Destination Daytona to start. So we're getting really, really, really close to biker time. This starts off for us and most of the nation. This starts off the rally season. There's nothing better than motorcycles and the great people that come along with the motorcycles.
Right.
But that, we're going to leave you right here at, what's the place called? Hooligans?
Hooligan.
Hey, I got it right. Hooligans Restaurant here at Destination Daytona. Really nice place, been very nice. They never come back over until the drinks once we started doing this. She never gave us a bill. So I was going to get a pretzel if it's homemade, but if it's freezer, I don't want it. With that, we're going to leave you here in wonderful moonlit Daytona.
Yep.
Actually closer to Ormond Beach.
Maybe ice cream.
Ice cream!
It is Ormond Beach.